slow. Yeah.
What?
Well,
What?
Tanya and Shanae,
Thank
we're
you.
gonna take a choke break real quick. You all right?
Thank you. I'm
You
good.
all right, friend?
Let me get some water, y'all. Hold
Okay.
on.
Look,
What's up, everybody?
okay. Hey,
It's
reset.
your girl T. Reset, rewind.
Mhm.
Hey, everybody, it's your girl T from Eventyoursofspirits, Spirits, and I got my buddy here,
Shanae.
all right,
Hey.
from Nays Nutritional Nuggets. And we are here celebrating Spiritmas. We are on day 23, and today we are back with tequila again. So remember before we did Lalo, Lalo.
Lalo.
Yeah, Lalo. It sounds
Lalo.
more like it should be Lalo.
Like
I think
Lalo.
it should be Lalo. It was Lalo, but we back with Esperante. Esperante Tequila Selección Anejo.
Okay.
Okay. All right. And this came from Mexico. And as you can see, look at the bottle, y'all. You see it's half empty. But let me tell y'all something. This thing came in something that looked
In
like a
coffin.
casket, like a coffin. Okay.
And it creaked open.
You open
Like
it,
a
it was just
grill.
like a exactly. It came in a blue casing. It had this velvet cushioning on the inside of it, and it creaked when you open it, and it was just laying in there like Dracula, waiting to open up. Exactly. But I can tell you, as you can see,
Tasty.
it's very tasty. It's very tasty. Now, some of my members did get some too. So, some of this bottle is, it wasn't all the way low, it was halfway low. But I shared some with my members so they can taste along with me this month and see if they like it. So the next time they go to Mexico, because this is the only place you can get it.
Yeah.
Only get it at Mexico. Now, sometimes at the time that I did purchase these things, you can only get in Mexico. So if anybody knows that is being sold locally in your state, please put it in the comments so other folks will know that they can get it in the States. I haven't seen it yet. So,
but they get me like that I feel like more and more now. They're like, only here. And remember the Hornitos we got?
Yes,
the black?
Hornito, yeah.
It's on the shelf here.
Oh, I did see that.
I did.
I
was like, what are you doing on the shelf? I was so surprised because that was just 5 months ago.
5 months ago.
And it had just got released then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least they said it was
That's
new.
what they said. But sometimes they release it and then it gets imported and it comes to us in the United States and we're able to purchase it. But I haven't seen this. And if you do, and sometimes you may see some of the lower ones, but then some of the ones may not be imported. So
yeah,
that's
like
the
my
way
400, the Canijos.
Yeah.
I had the Añejo, it's the brown label one, and it's dark, like this.
And that's not
actually
available
it's darker
here.
than this, but you cannot get it here.
I got you.
But you can get the purple label, the dark blue label, and the light blue label.
And light blue label here. So it may be limited to what you can get. May be limited. So Esperante, this is tequila. This is a selection. This is your añejo. And some of the information that I found for this particular tequila, 100% blue agave, very important. It keeps you from throwing up. Okay. Do understand that it has no additives. Okay. It was founded by Roberto Pastrana in 2005. So they've had this for about a good 19 years. Okay.
In 2005, yeah.
19 years. And it's actually aged in American oak barrels. Okay. And it's up to 50 months. So you're talking about a little less than 3 years. Right? A little less than 3 years. But this particular company, they have different types of tequila. They have they have a blanco. They actually have one that's like a rosé. It's more pinkish.
Really?
You have the añejo. You have the extra añejo, and they actually have one that's like a very strange color. I think it's green. And I haven't researched that one because I haven't tasted it, and we're not here to talk about that one. So I don't really have the history on that one, but this one here, I don't remember what it tastes like. I actually purchased this maybe 4 years ago, about 4 years ago. So I haven't been back to it, so I'm tasting it again. But I do know, as you can see, based on the amount on in this bottle, that obviously me and or somebody been drinking it.
I might be
and
guilty.
My members only maybe drank maybe let me see 3, 6, 9, 12, maybe 15 ounces of this is gone because of them. But outside of that, it's what I drunk. So we're gonna go ahead and taste this again.
Add 2 or 3 ounces.
Maybe.
Over time. Not every
maybe.
Just
maybe,
over time.
maybe. All right. And it's a very pretty bottle. It's in a circular. It has like a blue indigo sort of gem. I don't know. It looks like an onion, to be honest with you. You know, like a peeling onion type of thing. Yeah. In the middle of it. It's actually very pretty. And when I did buy it, I did get it on sale because it was like buy 2, get 1 free, right? And at the time, that is what we did. Me and my friend Tasha, me and her, we purchased it, and then she wanted to get her niece something, so we was able to share the cost amongst by 3 people for the cost of 2. But I spent 170. This is 170 bucks. That is exactly what was paid for it. But because we got the deal, of course, it was a little less than that, right? But this runs for $170. They do have your Blanco and your Rosé and stuff that may cost a little less. But this one right here, because it is the Selection Añejo, it does cost a little more. So just expect to pay for this one. Now, I don't know what it is today. This was 4 years ago. Okay. So it may be a little different. What'd you say?
They're probably high.
I'm sure.
It probably is going up rather than down.
Probably, but if they make it available in the States, it may not be as high anymore.
No, that's true. But remember that mezcal bought in the big pretty white circular bottle?
Right.
And that was because you actually picked it up for me, I think.
Right.
Because I had tasted it, I think I didn't get it. You got me my second bottle, actually.
Right.
Yeah, because Dad bought the first one and you bought me my second one. The first bottle was about 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. When you got it for me, it was still the same price.
It was still the same price.
And when we were in Mexico, just
a few
months ago,
it was the same price. I guess that must be a good one.
It's still $200. And
well, then that means it's a good one. That means it's a good one. If they're keeping it the same price, then it's a good one.
That a sucker.
Well, I don't know. I guess whatever you gonna pay for it.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
it's good stuff.
Have you ever tried negotiating with them at the airport?
I haven't.
See, now a lot of times most people are more likely to haggle in the local area.
Right.
But then at the airport, you figure it must be a set price. Have you ever asked for a lower price?
I haven't.
So then maybe try that next time. I'm sure there'll be a next time. There'll be a next time. There'll be a next time.
It will.
There'll be a next time.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So let's go ahead and smell this one.
Smells amazing.
Yes. So now all of this is coming back to me.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yes. And you know what's funny? This is tequila, but unlike the Lalo, right? When we tasted that one a few days ago, the Lalo was strictly all agave, but as it ages, you will find that it will take on some common and familiar notes that maybe you will smell in a whiskey or a bourbon.
Yeah.
And that's why they usually say people who drink whiskey or bourbon usually like tequila. And people who drink tequila can usually drink whiskey or bourbon because especially the añejo and especially the reposado and añejo.
Right.
This one, most definitely. This one smells almost like what I expected that Hornitos to smell like. But I was very disappointed with that Hornitos.
Were you? I liked it because it was.
I was very disappointed
because you don't like smoke.
No. It wasn't what I expected. Like, you know how you hear something and you're expecting to taste a certain thing. I didn't say it was nasty. I didn't say I didn't like it. It just wasn't what I expected when when I saw the casing and I'm reading what it's supposed to be. I'm envisioning what I think I'm supposed to smell or taste.
Because of the barrels that they aged in.
Right.
Got
exactly.
The black name.
Now this smells like this smells like what I expected. This smells like what I expected the Hornitos to smell like.
Really?
Tastes like. This
but they said it was smoky, so I wouldn't have.
No, not minus the smoke.
Okay.
Minus the smoke, because it's supposed to be sort of a blend between tequila and your bourbon type stuff.
Okay.
So this is what I expected to get out of it. And I haven't tasted this again yet, but this is
I guess when I saw that, my thought was that it was a cross between coming out of a reposado. It was like a transition.
Okay.
To people for a mezcal. If you're trying to get to mezcal, to me, it was a transition drink.
Okay.
Because it had all the notes and the smoothness of a nice reposado. Mm-hmm. It didn't have the sweetness of an añejo. It was just reposado, and then it had light smoke.
Right.
Like you were going to, like you were going to a mezcal.
Right.
And so for me, it was like
that was good for someone transitioning.
And I used it at the top end from a. So like I'll make my regular mixer with.
And then you pour something on top, like a little shot of it or something. Okay.
Little grapefruit juice, try it.
Well, let me go back and taste this and see why I bought it in the first place.
Let's remember.
Yeah. Now I remember why I bought it. Let me tell you something about those Mexico airports.
Drunk at the airport, tasting everything.
Get there early. Because you can go in there and taste 11 million of them. Get your drink on. Make them think you're buying something.
If it ain't on display where they if they point you in the direction about it, be like, do you have a sample? They will find you a sample bottle. Or they will open one.
Yes, they will.
I learned that.
And they will, and let me tell you something. There's been times. And the reason why they don't mind giving you tastings is because their whole thing is the hope that you will purchase something. Right. And they figure, well, the more tastings we give them, the more inebriated you're in the inhibition. You'll be like, yeah, give me that.
You forgot you just came off vacation.
Correct.
Yeah.
So it was sampling there is very good, but what I find is I've been to Mexico so much and I still like it because there's so many other resorts to try.
Yeah.
But going there, when I look for a specific tequila, I'm always looking for something I can't get in the States and some that I haven't tasted before.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, because I usually I'm in Cancun at some point every year.
Yeah.
So I'm already being, what do you got new? What's new? And it's gotten to the point where I go and I'm like, done that, tasted that, did that, don't want that.
Or it's like, I know I need one of those, but find me something else.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's almost to the point where let me go someplace local instead of the airport. You know, it's like I'll check at the airport. Like to me now, I think that the next time I'll check at the airport, even if I go to Cancun every year still, and I just like Cancun. You know, and not only that, I go to Cancun because a lot of times Cancun is something that's familiar. So it's like, hey, I know I can stay. Be quiet. I don't mind change. It's just that sometimes if I know that I can have a certain amount of fun that I'm looking for, not saying you can't get it elsewhere, but it's one thing when you don't know, and then it's one thing when you do know.
We had to drag her kicking and screaming to paradise. She kept screaming Cancun. We said we go on Aruba. Why are we not going to Cancun? I said Cancun. You like Aruba though?
Okay. Hold on, no. I like Aruba. It just costs too goddamn much.
It is expensive as hell though.
It just costs
so
too goddamn
beautiful.
much. It just costs too much. Anytime your tax equals the same goddamn amount that you paying, if your tax is 100% of what you paying, it's ridiculous. We even looked at staying at a resort, right? Just looking.
I can't even imagine it.
And the resort price was like 12. Like, I'm just saying the price, $12.50.
At the Holiday Inn Resort.
No, this is the reuse.
No, but I'm saying the Holiday Inn Resort is prices like that.
That is true.
And I'm like, Holiday Inn.
But my thing is, I'm just looking at the percentage of the taxes. Yeah. So you're talking about, I'm just saying a number. So if your resort is $1,200, your tax is gonna be like 11 something. Yeah, do that math. So my whole thing is like, okay, so it's gonna cost me 2 times to stay here. So it's like, this is just too much now.
But pink sand beaches.
No. I don't disagree with that. But let me tell you something. That airline flight was sticker shock for me.
Yeah,
it was sticker shock. It was sticker shock for me, and that was it. It was just the sticker shock with the airline fare.
That's been $1,300 on my round trip.
Yeah, but where we stayed, to me, is definitely something I would like for TJ to experience.
Yeah,
I do want to go back. I do want to go and stay. I don't want to go and cruise. I want to go and stay again. Most definitely. And it would definitely have to be an Airbnb, because when you go, you do want to
you want to go to the local, because
that's right. The food and everything.
Do you know what? That has been, of all the places we hop jump, whether it's Caribbean, Europe, whatever it is, that was the most comfortable.
Yes, it was.
I felt leaving the compound
very much
ever.
Yeah.
And I've been hopping countries since I was 17.
Right.
And so I want to say that was the most comfortable. Because as a teenager, you don't know any better. We're like, we're going to Amsterdam. Let's go. You don't realize the danger or anything you're going into until shit feel a little sketchy and you're like, clutching your purse and things. But there, I just felt like I could be lit. So. And honestly, if we sat down on the curb and took a little nap, I feel like nobody want to mess with you.
No, you said lay on the curb.
I'm just saying, no, but if you sat on the curb and was like, and we propped each other up for 15, 20 minutes,
we'll be all right.
We'd have been all right. And it wasn't like a step over you like in New York at the subway. It would have just been like people would check, be like, oh, they breathing. They breathing. They keep going. They not checking your pockets. You ain't got to worry about nobody trying to rob a kid. Because remember when we came from that speakeasy?
That's right.
We couldn't get, and we hit the block. We was like, oh, it's dark. We were walking.
It was dark.
It was dark. And then all of a sudden we was in town again.
Right.
But cars, there were people and things happening. It was sporadic, but I didn't feel unsafe.
Yeah.
Now, had we been in Mexico, I'd have been scared somebody gonna take my kidney.
Well, I put it to you this way. I think if you think about it, they only got 19 miles to run, right?
From one end to the other.
To one end.
It takes 12 minutes to get everywhere.
You're going to catch up with them.
Yeah.
19 miles long, 5 miles wide. That is Aruba. Period. Point blank.
So you can go from one end of the island to the other.
And I do want to go
20
back.
minutes.
I do want to go back. And I think that's something that I may plan for 2020. I can't do nothing in 2025.
Not 2025.
2026 or 2027, one of the two. But anyway, back to this tequila. Yeah. I know we done jumped to Aruba. I'm sorry, y'all.
We took y'all on a trip.
I'm sorry. But yes. Good. But hold on.
It's like almost like, what is that? That nutmeg, toffee, whatever. Mix that taste that you get when you're tasting a whiskey.
Yes, that bourbon.
That's that smell. Bourbon. That's that smell. But it transcends through the taste.
Yes, it does.
And at 4 years later.
Yep.
This thing's still spectacular.
Thank you. And usually when you get down this low, usually stuff start to taste a little weak,
funny and watery,
a little weak,
or it starts to get cloudy.
Exactly.
And it's not cloudy.
It is not. Color. It is not. This right here. This shit right here, Nick.
Yeah.
This shit right
Yeah.
here.
This right here.
Like Cat Williams say, Tequila Esperante Selection Anejo. Get you some.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely get you some. You're in Mexico, get you some. I don't care if you're local. I don't care if you're at the airport. Get you some. And if you try and determine which one to get, tell them to let you taste them. They got 4 or 5 of them that you can taste. Get the one, and they usually always running the sale. You buy 2, get 1 free, buy 2, get 1 half off, whatever the case, BOGO, they got buy 1, get 1. But let me tell you something, this reminds me of why I bought it.
Yeah.
And is it worth $170? Yes. To me it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Now, if they sold it less than that, I would hope they will.
Absolutely, I'll probably get a couple of them.
Exactly. But yes, I would spend $170 for this bottle. Most definitely.
If I catch you at my house trying to mix it, I'm putting you the fuck out.
Don't mix it. You drink this just the way it is. You can drink it over some ice. I promise you.
I don't feel like
definitely.
I feel like not even ice. It's just
no, I mean, yeah, you don't need ice, but I would
like
chill it.
Chill. Yeah,
you can chill it. Put it in the fridge. Oh, that's another thing that you can do is ice will dilute it. But if you like the flavor and you just want it chilled or cold, just put the bottle in the freezer. And if you're
scared about the bottle, you don't want it to fall. What I use sometimes is like the stainless steel cups.
Okay.
And you put a little bit in one of those and sit it in
and
the
then
freezer.
Sit it in there.
And then when you bring it out, you can also leave that as and then you just pour your drink from it because it will keep the cold temperature.
It will keep it cold. Okay. Well, there you go. You can learn something new. Okay. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for joining us for Esperante Selection Tequila Anejo from Mexico. I promise you will not be disappointed about this one. As you can see, it's a little empty. I can promise you the next time I go, I got to replenish. Yes, this is something I will keep on my bar. No, it will not be in a margarita.
Absolutely not.
No. If you want to, you can squeeze a little lime juice in there if that's what you want. Because when I think of tequila, I think of lime juice.
I know.
The taste of it, right? But I promise you won't need anything.
So not needed.
It's not needed. This one here, not needed at all. I wouldn't even recommend that you mix it with anything.
It's good vibes.
Either chilled or room temperature. You good. Most definitely. Oh, most definitely.
What happened in Mexico, stay in Mexico.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Well, you all have a good evening, and I will see you on day 24.
Cheers.
Christmas Eve.
We're coming. We're almost there.
See ya.
Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the they done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like Trey. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up.